Welcome back to another episode of Not So Pro Football Talk as we get into one of the last OverReaction Mondays before this season ends. And guys, I'm going to miss this every single Monday, be able to come in here with the boys and just talk about all the fun games, all exciting, incredible moments from this past Sunday. It's going to be a bummer, but I cannot wait for the off season to come. How are you guys feeling coming off this divisional game? We'll talk about games in a little bit. But how do you guys think how all the games went, just in general, not getting to specifics yet?
In general, I feel like every game was freaking phenomenal. Close games, besides the Ravens and Texans. But I saw a little more from the Texans in the first half than I did the second half. But, man, what a great week for playoffs. It was just phenomenal. I almost had a heart attack, and I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping at the moment. I'm going to need some, prescriptions from you, Vince, or something.
I can tell you all about my sleep right now. It's bad. I was sleepwalking last night.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's bad, Reed. Was it like a Step Brothers moment when you were throwing stuff out of the freezer?
It's close. I'll tell a quick story. Sidetrack off of football real quick. So I woke up this morning, regular morning, nothing weird about it. I took a shower, got dressed, and I came out into my living room. And there's just chips everywhere, all over the ground. And there's a bag just torn apart, like it was a cat or something, like tore it apart or something.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully you're not using a knife, sleepwalking with a knife?
Dude, I don't know what happened. I was like, is somebody in my apartment? So I went and checked all the closets. I checked every nook and cranny. I was like, okay, there's nobody here. That was me sleepwalking last night.
That's scary because I'm going to release a little bit of information about Reed if y'all don't know.
No.
He grinds his teeth.
Oh, here we go.
He grinds his teeth super loud.
It doesn't happen anymore, right?
Can you imagine hearing a ripping sound from the living room, and then as it gets closer, all you hear is a grind?
All right.
That is nuts.
Let's get back into football. Vincent, as you didn't have a team on this divisional round.
Oh, wow.
How was it? That wasn't a blow. It's just a fact. How were you feeling watching these games?
There's always like a sense of comfort. Like you don't have to have that weight of despair or happiness after the game. It's always just dang, that was a good game.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about oh man, my team lost. Oh man, or oh heck yeah, my team won. It's just you watch football, you enjoy it, you look at the schemes everybody's playing, and you just have fun with what the announcers are saying because even if they disrespect the team, you can laugh at it. But yeah, I was just having a good weekend. We were in Austin. Sad that you didn't come, Reed, but it's okay. We had a fun time watching that Packers and Niners game for sure.
Some of us did.
All right. So we're not going to get into that game yet. All right. If you're tuning in, you got to wait for that one. Okay. But we're going to go game by game and talk about things. So let's go ahead and we're just going to go in order here. We're going to talk about the Texans and the Ravens. All right. Now this game, it was good up until halftime, and then the Ravens just absolutely took over. Lamar was Lamar. That Ravens defense was just too much for C.J. Stroud. But obviously, you have a lot to be excited for if you're a Texans fan, in that inside, or you're just inside that Texans organization. They have a lot going for them moving forward. I wasn't able to tune into the whole game, but I do know the Texans were in it in the first half. What are your takeaways, guys, from this game?
I do want to say what's up to Ray. Appreciate you coming out here. He's struggling as well. He has a midterm tomorrow, and he is cooked right now.
Oh, that was easy, man.
Jeez.
Hey, dude, don't worry, bro. If it's multiple choice, put NSP, just like that in that order. And if they don't have N or P, you just fill that out. Okay? Yeah. It works every time.
every time.
But going back to the Texans and Ravens game, what a phenomenal game to watch the first half. I mean, you're talking about a lot of grit with this young team. Defensively, they're showing out, but it seems like special teams caught the tiger by the toe here. And when I say tiger, I mean the bull, right? So the Texans, their special teams kind of screwed them over in the first half, but that's okay. They're a young team. They're learning, except for Fairbairn. He should have made that field goal at the very end. But they came back, and for the first time that game in the second half, I didn't see Lamar Jackson throwing tantrums. I thought that was very annoying to watch. They always zoomed in on him. But yeah, the Ravens started their offensive attack, and they just couldn't. The young guys, the defense, just couldn't keep up over there for Houston. But great season for them. So excited. I think I'm even more excited for their new uniforms next year. I am like ecstatic.
Yeah, I heard that got released, and there's some people have made some like custom ones so far, and they've looked really sick. So I cannot see. I really hope they don't do anything boring. But what is up, Liam? Let us know how you felt about this divisional around Sunday as a Chargers fan. I know you're getting really excited because I believe the Chargers are getting pretty close to who their head coach is going to be. So very exciting world if you're a Chargers fan. Maybe Bill. Haven't talked to him with him yet, but maybe Bill.
Oh.
All right. Liam says Vincent is Doctor Era. Ooh.
Hey man, scrubs are really comfortable. We're doing a little bit of moving around the house, so that's why I have this background back here. But yeah, so I'm just being comfortable while we move stuff and organize.
Never worn scrubs.
I would say scrubs are comfortable for people like Vincent who are physically fit. People who have a stomach like me, they don't feel comfortable whatsoever because they're not stretching material at all. Okay.
Dude,
Ray
I'm
says,
dying.
what is the Krebs cycle, Vince?
Hey man, ATP, bro. That's all I know. Energy.
There you go. You have it there. You're going to pass, Rave. Releasing ATP and stuff, Rave. That's all I remember. See, we got you here. Just tune into the whole stream. You'll study with us, all right? You got this. We'll help you
do need to
pass.
talk to Liam though. Like on a personal level, we got to talk to Liam about what's coming up. So,
do we?
Later. Yeah. We'll do that after the stream.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. All right. So Vincent, what was your takeaway from this Texans v Ravens game?
Yeah, man, I would agree with both of y'all on what y'all were saying. The first half was good. I didn't watch too much of it, but I watched the second quarter. And I mean, it ended up 10-10. I agree with AJ Fairbairn. Should have made that field goal. Maybe that would have been a different type of urgency for the Texans going into halftime leading. But again, I mean, it was just a great game. And I feel like the second half, Lamar said it in a press conference. He said he was the one that was talking and being a leader at halftime. I'm not too sure if everything he said is 100% true because you never know. But I do believe he gave a little pep talk because they look like an entire different team going out of halftime. So offense was clicking, defense was making stops. I mean, it was just an all-around good football game for the second half for the Ravens. So they just dominated. But a good game overall. I'm excited to see what the Texans have next year.
Liam says, read thoughts on Anders Carlson. So we'll get into this in just a little bit. We're going to stay focused on Texans Ravens and then move into this. So repost this comment in just a little bit, Liam. That will be the game that we'll talk about next. And we're probably going to spend almost half the podcast on this thing because obviously I'm a Packer fan, AJ's an Niner fan. We have a lot to say about this game. And we other than like a few quick talks that we've had, we have not talked about this game. So we're going to let it air out right here live with you guys. But off of what you just said, Vincent, we saw from what Lamar said, he talked to the boys in halftime. He was one of the people who spoke up and said that, hey, we got to we're better than this. We can do it. He said there's a lot of explicit words in there that he can't say to the media. But how do we feel about this Ravens-led Lamar team going against the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs? Because the Chiefs we'll get into the Chiefs and Bills game later. But the Chiefs were able to make it or snap their ticket into the championship weeks. There we go. And now they got to somehow beat the Chiefs, who are looking like, hey, we're the regular playoff Chiefs. So how do we feeling about Lamar's chances about toppling or destroying the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl?
I like how you did it, Reed, but I honestly think it's punch the ticket, but stamp the ticket. I was full
Yeah.
too. I thought that was it as well. But I
It's
love how
in
you let
order.
that in. Yeah, no, that's great. I think
Yeah,
you had a great
yeah.
intro.
Appreciate it.
But I think this is going to be an all right game. The Chiefs are going to get blown out, in my not so pro opinion. It was a close game over there, but at the very end, you saw that, hey, once again, it's just Josh Allen on that offense. And really, he didn't have too much assistance out there. You saw Stephon Diggs, who's not going to be there next year, drop a wide open 60-yard bomb, which was perfectly thrown by Josh Allen. And it's so unfortunate. It really is. I feel like Buffalo tends to focus on the wrong things, and that was their game. It really was. But, the odds always land in the Chiefs' favor. They didn't have the greatest game. Kelsey finally had a great game. Patrick Mahomes had a solid game. Even their running backs, Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, had a pretty solid game. So I'm looking forward to this, but I don't think it's going to be much of a matchup. I think it's heavily favored on the Baltimore Ravens.
Gotcha. Liam says everyone who isn't a Chiefs fan wants the Ravens to win for the sake of avoiding seeing Swift in the Super Bowl. I am also a little bit of a tired of the Swift thing, but I don't hate her or anything like that. It's not her fault. She's just going there to support her boyfriend. It's not her fault that she's getting shown every 5 seconds. But yeah, it's going to be tough I think, in my opinion, that the NFL is going to be like, hey, we want Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. And the Chiefs aren't there. Taylor Swift's not going. We need the ratings, right? This could be the biggest Super Bowl as far as ratings ever as the Chiefs go. And Taylor Swift is there. And then the Chiefs win somehow in the Super Bowl. And then Taylor Swift's on the field kissing Travis Kelce as they win. That is what they want.
What the hell is going on right now?
I don't want that.
You're a damn Swiftie.
I'm not.
Who are you?
What the NFL is a Swiftie, okay?
You're a Swiftie. The
Roger
words that came
Goodell
out
is
of
a
your
Swiftie.
mouth, you were hesitant. You were just so smooth with it. You dream about this, don't you? When
I
you're
don't
sleepwalking, ripping open chips.
I'm too
That's
busy
what you're dreaming about.
sleepwalking to be.
He was
thinking
being
about
Travis
this.
Kelce with a chip bag. He was like,
He was celebrating on the field with the chips. He's like, "Oh, I'm a Swiftie."
No,
Come on, dude.
Listen, I'm just saying that I feel like this game might be a little rigged against the Ravens. If the NFL can, they will do it, I think. Rave says Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl is a cash grab. It will be the biggest cash grab ever for the NFL. The ratings will be through the roof. Super Bowl tickets will be more expensive than ever. Just watch.
Imagine the script writers. As soon as Taylor Swift started dating Kelsey, they erased her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Everybody got a new script that morning.
Get out of there. But
Yeah.
they need the Chiefs to lose in the Super Bowl to keep the Swifties alive for next year. Hungry, want it more.
Yeah. Liam says, I don't understand her coverage. Last game when Kelsey got the second touchdown, they didn't show her. But when Pacheco got that rushing touchdown, they panned to her immediately. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're doing up there, but all I know is Jason Kelsey stole the show last night with jumping out shirtless, chugging his beer. Whenever they did a show Taylor Swift, Jason Kelsey was in the back with his nipple out. It was incredible. Jason Kelsey is a national treasure. I want the Chiefs in the Super Bowl so we can see more Jason Kelsey. That's what I want. I'm a Jason Kelsey fan. A Kelsey?
Heck yeah, man.
What do you call? How do you?
What?
Not a Swiftie, but a Kelsey.
You're a Kelsey?
Yeah.
Kelsey. I don't know. I've always been a Jason Kelsey guy.
For sure.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. But
All right.
I mean, I guess we can get back to the game, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like this one was, if not the best game, it was rivaling the Packers and Niners game. I just feel like it was a good game. I don't know. I can't really say too much because I felt like it was kind of thrown away by the Bills. They just could not get anything going in the second half. I don't know what the heck happened. But it was just like scriptwriter's dream. It was like, Chiefs are going to come back. They're going to do it. They're going to beat the Bills again. I don't know. I was just kind of mad about it. But it is what it is. Bills can't finish in the postseason. Not against the Chiefs.
Not against the Chiefs at all. It was a very close game. There was like 5 or 6 plus lead changes throughout the game. It was back and forth. There was where every time you thought one team was going to like really take the game away, run away with the game, and there would be some fumble or whatever. Can you guys believe that they tried to help DeMar Hamlin win comeback player of the year by giving him the fake punts?
That was their downfall right there.
Yeah.
That was their downfall right there. As soon as I saw that, as soon as I heard DeMar Hamlin didn't make it for the first down, I was like, wait a minute. Did I hear that right? Wait a minute.
He doesn't even play offense.
Get that guy out the field. Oh my gosh, dude. It's whatever.
Yeah,
They try to get some what do you call that? Cookie
so
points or brownie points. There you go.
Yeah. Liam says one thing I never noticed when was in 2017 draft, the Bills traded back for number 10 and the Chiefs got that pick. 10 ended up being Mahomes.
Jeez.
I don't blame them too much. I mean, they got Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is pretty darn solid. Of course, it sucks because how things happen. But in this case, I think the Chiefs just have a much better defense. Their defense was playing really solid, and there's only so much that Von Miller could do in that in that Bills defense. He was doing a lot, but it's a team effort.
Mm-hmm. So. And the Chiefs had the way far superior head coach, in my opinion. Andy Reid is one of the greatest ever. Sean McDermott or whatever, he's all right. Not horrible, just good enough to make it to the playoffs and choke. That's what he is, unfortunately.
Jeez,
that's all we've seen.
Oh my god,
it's just a fact.
Who you rank higher, McDermott or McCarthy?
McCarthy's won a Super Bowl,
but with a legendary quarterback.
A legendary quarterback in his third year starting. He was still pretty young.
Yeah,
this guy was a freak of nature when he first got on the field.
I don't know. I think McCarthy. He's done it for way longer as far as a head coach.
Yeah, but honestly, we'll read this one. So Liam says, guaranteed laugh daily for me. I think he's talking about his last comment about them drafting Mahomes.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the Bills can actually make it far next year if they do everything right in the offseason. That's another topic to talk about in another episode. But I just feel like the Bills playoff and Super Bowl windows still might be a little bit open as it goes along. I think they just really have to get rid of Stephon Diggs. They got to trade him now. Yeah.
He's gone.
He? Yeah, he is.
Well, it's just everyone's saying like, oh, he's gone. But I hate that everyone's talking about Stephon Diggs going to the Cowboys. Can we squash that, please? Because the Diggs brothers need to be together. Let's just stop right now, okay? CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott, one of those two are not going to be there next year. That team is broken, just like Philadelphia.
All right.
Yeah, I think they've done it right by getting some tight ends that are young and are going to be staples on that team. They just need to find receivers now, honestly, because Josh Allen is doing too much, like AJ said.
Yeah.
All right. Michael says, bye-bye Packers, as a sad, depressed Bears fan who this was his Super Bowl. The Packers losing in the postseason.
What the heck was that?
He doesn't really watch. I know him from work. I know him from work.
You can't just attack people.
I will attack people like that. All right.
Oh my gosh, who is this guy?
I will do it.
I love it. All
right. Before we move on from this game, all right. Do we think that the Chiefs are finally catching their stride now that they're in the postseason, or is this just because the Bills' defense was banged up? That is my biggest question for you two right here.
No, I don't think the Chiefs are going to advance. It's a surprise that they made it that far. And if you guys know where I'm coming from, if you know, then you know.
All right. Vincent, do you agree?
I think I'm just sticking to my guns from what I said the first week in the wild card round. The Chiefs are scripted in to make it, you know. They're not going to go to the Super Bowl, though, because they're finally facing a talent that is talented. That's Lamar Jackson. That's an offense and the defense to supplement it. So the Bills just could not get anything going. I think it was just bad luck with injuries. You know, they didn't have a lot of guys out there that really looked like they wanted to play. They're dropping a bunch of passes that Josh Allen was throwing right in their hands. I mean, I don't think that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will do that. I think all those long bombs that Lamar Jackson does throw or run for, it's going to make the difference. And I think the Ravens are actually going to pull away pretty quickly in this game.
All right. Vincent, I'll let you take this question.
Liam says, is the Diggs on the Seahawks related to Stephon and Trayvon? No, he is not related to that ugly safety of ours. He's just I can say that because I'm a Seahawks fan.
All right.
Everybody makes fun of him because of the way he looks, even on the Seahawks. So, but Diggs is a good guy. I like him, but no, he's not related to them at all. Yeah, he's the. I'm not gonna make the comment I was gonna make.
Don't make the comment. No.
All right. Liam says Chiefs are getting better than they were in the regular season, but they still aren't anywhere near the Ravens. Against the Dolphins, I think their playoff experience came into play. Okay.
In the NFL, especially in the playoffs, I think it's a matchup situation, right? As a 49ers fan, I look at it and I wanted the Bills to win, right? Personally, but in a statistical standpoint, I did not want the Bills to advance anymore, right? Because that is a horrible matchup for the Niners if the Niners do go ahead and make it to the Super Bowl alongside the Bills, right? I have them ranked as easiest matchups were Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, then the Buffalo Bills as far as easiest to hardest as far as matchups for this specific team. Now, it could be different for the Lions, but when it comes to the playoffs and any game in the regular season, I think it's all a matchup game.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Where do we begin?
I'm gonna have to let you begin. I know you have a lot to say, and I know I have a lot of questions coming as well, and I'm ready to answer every single one of those questions.
Cool. Same here.
Okay.
All right. So the way and Liam, you can go ahead and repost your comment, and we'll answer it about Andrew Carlson whenever you're ready. I'll answer it. All right. So the way I felt how this game was. Oh, there it is. Cut Carlson. All right. So I'll go ahead and address this first. It was very disappointing seeing him miss that kick that would have, if he would have made it, and obviously Niners scored that touchdown afterwards, it would have pushed the game into overtime. Theoretically, there was still a minute left, and who knows how the Niners maybe would have tried to run the clock more. Maybe there's 1,000 situations, but it would have put us in a better situation. He's a rookie. I don't think we should cut him right now. I think that's a little without a immediate like, hey, we can go to this kicker right now and it'll be better. I don't think that there's that guy right now that we can just pick up. I think we keep Carlson right now for the preseason and have a kicking competition. Bring in another person, and hey, whoever is hitting more accurately during that time, then we go with that person. But yes, he was completely inaccurate. As Liam says, he was crappy all year. Missed out of all the kickers, and you have to include his postseason to get him this record. But he was by far missed more. Okay, what did he say now? Who would have thought getting rid of Mason Crosby? All right, let me finish one thing, and then I'll move on to this one. Okay, Carlson had a very bad year, but he is a rookie at the end of the day. I don't know if you can coach this out of him. We do have a very good special teams coordinator, in my opinion, Rich Bisaccia, who I would hope can fix this. But reason we drafted him because the dude has an absolute leg. I think in the preseason, he hit like a 59, 60-yarder, and there was like more to go give on that ball. Dude has an absolute leg. He's just inaccurate, and we knew that drafting him, that was his problem in college. I hope we can coach it out of him. If not, we have to move on from him and bring in another kicker. But I think a kicking competition is the best way to solve this. Don't cut him now. It's stupid. Now to address this one, who would have thought getting rid of Mason Crosby would be a bad decision? I do agree with the decision moving on from Mason Crosby. I love Mason Crosby, Packers all-time leader in scoring. Love the guy. But he lost the strength in his leg. And you saw it in this last year, where if he made a 50-yarder, it was barely over, and a lot of times that he was missing. Like, he did not have enough strength in his leg. Accurate as heck, he was right on there almost for all his kicks, but he lost the strength in his leg. I very much agree moving on from Mason Crosby, even though it very much hurt. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is all attacking me, man. Oof. Finding okay. Do you see that LaFleur? Okay, I'm getting a work call. I'll be back, boys.
Speaking
Not
on that
bad.
same note with Carlson with the Packers, I will have to say that Carlson, believe it or not, if you really dig deep into this game, had a much better game than the 49ers kicker, Jake Moody. He is also a rookie, first time in the playoffs, coming from Michigan. We did draft him in the 3rd round. And yes, that is crazy, but he was the best kicker coming out of the draft. Super accurate, never missed a kick, but sometimes it doesn't translate that well to the NFL. And the pressure that's on these guys, especially these 2 rookie kickers, is absolutely insane. Now, this is why I don't believe that Moody had a better game than Carlson. Because when you look at the first kick that Moody had when he got blocked, everyone's like, oh, that was a great special teams play by the Green Bay Packers. Actually, it was really low. He needed to get that ball a lot higher. And you heard it from the commentators and you heard it post game as well. Like, whenever you're kicking, you got to get that ball high, get it out of reach of these defenders. That is your job as a kicker. He even admitted it himself. So that was a really bad play. If you want to count it as a block, you can. If you want to count it as a missed kick, I would also agree with you there, but he did not play well. Even when you look at the kickoffs, right? When what's his name? Nixon. Okay, I'm by myself now. So when the Packers ran it all the way back, like a 60-yard run from a kickoff, Moody's job is to kick it in the end zone. Now I get it. It was raining. It was ugly. It was bad. You can't find a good connection on the ball, but don't give this guys a chance to get down the field. That is the reason why they were able to score. They start off in the 15-yard line because of that. Moody, you got to get your act together. You got to kick the ball out of the end zone. I don't care. Our special teams are bottom 5. And that's how it's going to stand next week as well. So every single kickoff, you kick it out of the end zone. Okay. Whenever you're kicking a field goal or extra point, you got to get that ball high. You got to get it up there. Yeah, he made a 52-yard field goal. Freaking awesome. So happy you made that. But consistency is not there when it comes to Jake Moody. So that's why I still think that Carlson had a much better game than Jake, because it's a lot more than just one missed field goal.
All right, so
Not bad, man.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special teams wins championships. Honestly, they say defense, but special teams is also a part of defense.
As far as what he says right here, Liam, LaFleur, he attacked the media for what he's how they took his quote out of context. He said it in a jokingly way, and he talked really badly about the guy who he interviewed with, and said it was completely taken out of context about what LaFleur said. So, yes, he said it, but it was more of a joke. If I'm a head coach, I'm praying every single time a kicker goes out there. Like, come on. Like, I don't think what he said was bad, and the way he said it was just completely negative, and the media spun with it. I was not happy with it. Did Gold retire, or did the Niners move on for him? Because I thought he was a beast.
Yeah, he was a beast. He was a top 3 kicker in the league when he was there. But 2 years ago, he held out of the 49ers because he wanted more money. A kicker held out. So what did the Niners do? They paid him what he wanted. Now his contract was up this past offseason. What did he do? He held out because he wanted more money. A kicker is holding out. So the Niners were like, you know what? We fair with you last time. We thought we were more than fair. We're just going to move on. So they went ahead and cut ties with Robbie Gould. No team signed him. No team signed him because no team in the right mind will sign a kicker for what he was asking for, even though he did drop the price. So he went out not playing this past year. That's what you get, Robbie Gould.
All right. LOL. I thought it was hilarious that he prayed every time he kicked the ball. It was out of context. I believe he probably does because the kicking is that bad. But I don't think it should have been taken in the negative context that it did. Media spun with it. That's all. All right. So how I thought about the game, man, the Packers looked like the better team the whole time. And I think that's like even AJ would agree with that. The Packers looked like the better team almost the entire game. We had almost full control over it. Obviously, the Debo going down helped us a lot, having a playmaker being taken off the field. But how I felt like the overall game went, we had the Niners on the ropes, and we swung to give them the finishing blow, and Niners ducked, got around us, threw us against the ropes, hit us with the McCaffrey touchdown, gave us an uppercut with the interception, and that was game. That's how it honestly felt to me. Like we had it. It was in our hand. In the fourth quarter, we just crumbled after two of our offensive linemen went down with injury. Not using an excuse. Injuries happen. Debo went down. That helped us. But after that, the offense just was not able to move the ball as well, and we just didn't capitalize on a lot of opportunities. With the going into the red zone 3 times straight in the first half and not coming out with touchdowns. You got to come away with touchdowns there. I'll say I think the refs had bad spotting, and that was intentional grounding. I'll move on from officiating after that. Overall, I thought other than that, the officiating was decent. Brock Purdy, in my opinion, was asking for an interception all day long. We dropped 2 of them. I was not very impressed with Brock Purdy. Still think he's a good quarterback. I'm not attacking him or anything, but he definitely did not play very well in that game. Rain, no rain, still looked really bad in my opinion. We lost on golden opportunities, not getting those interceptions, which I thought we could, at least the Savage one where it was right in his hands. Like it was right there and he dropped it. It could have been a pick 6. And then what was my last point? Yeah, just not capitalizing on like big moments. And that's a young team, you know. It's a very young team. We have a lot to be have a lot to look forward to. Jordan Love's last interception, both interceptions were his fault 100%. First one was tipped, but it was wildly underthrown or behind him. Not a very good throw. And the last one, throwing against your body, he says that the way he feels out there, which I feel like all quarterbacks should feel if you're good, that he can make every throw on the field, even throws that are like the quarterback sins that like some people call them, and he feels like he can throw those. That time he felt like he could throw it. Bad, dumb interception that we haven't seen him do since like middle season, where we saw him make those fourth quarter interceptions that were dumb. A lot to look forward to, but that's how I felt about the game.
Cool. Do you want to get to these comments, or should I give my?
Let's go to the comments and then we'll jump to you, AJ. CJ Stroud, after his O-line gets 50 flags. It was rough. Liam says, I'm not a Jordan Love or Packers hater by any means, but I find it a little ridiculous that Love is being called an elite top 5 quarterback after his finish to the season. No doubt he has lots of raw talent. He had his this past game was not the greatest, just because they didn't finish in the red zone. He wasn't able to get touchdowns, and the 2 interceptions that really hurt him. I'm getting another work call. I'm sorry, boys.
All right. So, yeah, I would really wanted Reed to be here when I gave my opinion about the game. But I guess you will have to do, Vince. But, yeah, I do believe the Packers played better this past game against the team that was out there opposing to them. And I say it this way because that wasn't the San Francisco 49ers that we saw all year. That wasn't our play style that we've been using all year long. I mean, the first drive, we start off with a 5-yard run from Christian McCaffrey. I'm like, hell yeah, we're getting into this. This is a bottom 5 defense against the run. It is raining. It's ground and pound time. The rest of the drive, we don't see Christian McCaffrey in the backfield at all. So that is easily giving the defense, hey, the indication like these guys aren't running the ball. If we see a motion, there's a possibility, but how are you going to start off the game with a 5-yard run looking great against a bottom 5 defense against the run? And then for the rest of the first drive, Christian McCaffrey's on the backfield. When you become a one-dimensional team, it is easy to get beat. So that's what I didn't like about it. Brock Purdy, this was one of the top 5 worst games he's ever had. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Top 5 worst games. Was it the system that he plays very well in? No, not at all. Kyle Shanahan, top 5 games he's ever coached, because you got to put a lot of blame on the coach. Coming back in the second half, the first play was a design QB run. When have we ever done that? When have we ever done that? That's
Trey Lance play.
That was a Trey Lance play, which I didn't agree with when we had Trey Lance. But going back to the first half, right? We stopped the Packers from getting a touchdown. And every single time they got into the red zone, it was by little itty-bitty mistakes. Yes, Jones was running well, right? fall forward Jones, what we like to call it, was kind
Yeah.
of annoying. But every single time Love completed a pass in the first quarter and a half, it was because our defender slipped. Our defender was on the ground and they slipped on the sideline. Do your damn job, equipment crew. Get them the cleats that they need not to slip. It's kind of ridiculous that 3 times we slipped and giving up 20+ yard plays. 3 times that happened to let them go.
Can't be doing that at home, and you don't see the opposing team slipping. That's
You can't.
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. That happens. And also in the first half, what else do we have? 2 PIs, 2 pass interference, one of them that gets them right down in the red zone. Are you kidding me? That is not how we win games, but we still stopped them from getting touchdowns. So good on the defense, but also shame on us as well. No sacks. No sacks. Chase Young, I love you. You're a do your job type of guy. You do a great job as well, above average, but you're not earning that contract next year because we all know that you're going to be very expensive. And it's not the Niners defensive backs that played horrible. No, Charvarius Ward played a very great game.
Warder's so good.
He was so good. Diamador Lenore probably was the best corner out there for the 49ers. Ambry Thomas, horrible. Also, our free safety, who is a vet that we put in instead of our rookie, Jair Brown. I didn't like that call. He played horrible. Ambry Thomas, 2 missed assignments, 3 missed tackles. And one of them allowed Aaron Jones to get it right up the middle, all the way to the red zone. Slipping my mind. Free safety, 2 missed tackles. One of them was also that Aaron Jones play. So yes, I think it was simple-minded mistakes that we were not playing as the San Francisco 49ers. We were experimenting with different things in the offense that I did not agree upon. You keep Christian McCaffrey back there. Our offensive line couldn't hold against that defensive front. And you know what? I think next game, we're playing a lot of great defensive linemen. Corners are horrible. You keep Juice back there all game long. You keep Christian McCaffrey out there all day long. And the only time he is not in the backfield is if he's in motion. So I thought it was a horrible called play by Kyle Shanahan. And this is no Kyle Shanahan hate. If there is a redraft, I'll pick Kyle Shanahan as my head coach. I love the guy. But it's just mistakes like that I do not like. You get Brock Purdy uncomfortable. The Packers defense, unfortunately, I hate to admit it, they got in his head. And it kind of sucked because you kind of want to blame it. Oh, it was raining. Oh, he had pressure. He got hit when he was throwing the ball. Those excuses run out. They do. I hope he plays a better game, which I do believe he will play a better game because I do believe this guy is extremely talented and still an MVP candidate. And next game, it's ready. The weather's set. It's cleared. It is cleared. So let's get our stuff together. We don't have a bye week. Let's get in practice and let's win this game. But yes, the Packers were playing better than the team that was showing on the field, which is not the San Francisco 49ers. Dre Greenlaw, I love you, dude. You're the MVP. I don't know how the hell Bobby Wagner beat you out this year because you were playing lights out for All Pro. But dude, when you get an interception in the last minute of the game, go to the freaking floor, dude. Vince was looking at me, dude. My hand was like this the whole time. The whole last Packers drive, I could have stopped shaking. I had my beverage of nice Kool-Aid that I couldn't even enjoy, but I just needed to ease the nerves. That's how bad it was. But holy crap, dude, I love you, Trey. You're a dog. You're a Superman, bro. But go down, dog. Please go down. And it's funny if you see the post-conference.
Oh, I've seen it. When it happened, I was just instant depression. I just sunk into my chair and I zoned everything out. And I came back to, and he was still running back. I was like, "What is he doing?"
Dude, that could have gone so wrong.
If it did, oh my god!
And they asked him too. They're like, "Why did you go down? Do you not hear your team?"
No,
like, I heard the team. I heard the coach. I heard all the fans because all the fans were yelling, "Go down, go down!" But he's like, well, I blame Fred Warner because he said I have to get a pick 6. Dude,
so stupid.
I mean, he was messing around, right? He's just that dog. And Fred Warner is like, that's not what I meant. But
yeah.
Yes, that's how I felt about the game.
Let's get into these comments and we'll jump back into the game. Liam says, apart from Warner and Greenlaw talking about the bad Niners DB, he says, Warner, in my opinion, is the best middle linebacker in the game of football right now. Dude is he's so scary running across that field. Big Money Joe, big Niners fan, says rain is our
Big Money's
kryptonite,
back.
and the fact that we were confused about size spikes to wear was BS. Yeah, I was so like the Packers are very knowledgeable like what type of cleats to wear are all at all times just because we play in bad conditions, but to not know for your own field what to wear. Like every field is different. For the Niners not to know, hey, these are the ones I need to wear if it's a rain game. That's a little embarrassing. I'm very surprised by that. Ray says y'all need Debo next game. I think that's a huge. I don't think it's absolute. I think you have enough weapons. AJ may disagree, but Debo would be a huge added piece to this offense.
I think we need Debo, but not for the reasons that everyone's thinking of. I think we need Debo for Kyle Shanahan. Once Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, one of those guys are out of the game, his playbook, this masterpiece that's worth millions and millions of dollars, is what's plan B?
Yep. Yeah,
Don't
and
step away.
I think that's why he was motioning Christian McCaffrey so much to the wide receiver position, just because he was trying to get a guy who could fit Debo's play style. And I think Christian McCaffrey is one of the only guys on the team that can actually play like Debo, because he's kind of a receiver, kind of a running back, and so is Debo. So it was, I don't know. I think he was just trying to get tricky out there and try to catch the Packers off guard, but it just ended up not being that way.
Liam says Embiid just dropped 70 points on the Spurs. Oof, that is tough because we have two big Spurs fans up here. That is tough.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Once Wemby gets more time, things are going to start looking a lot different.
I think he needs
I
more
know,
reading
bro.
time at
A
night.
lot
That's
different.
what he needs. He needs more reading time.
Dude,
You guys
Reed,
need to leave him alone.
he only plays 25 minutes on average a game. There's a 48-minute game.
Liam says, don't lie, AJ. If there's a redraft, you pick Staley. His defensive schemes are just unmatched. Wow.
True. I'll pick Staley as the head coach, the GM, the owner, the players, all of it. He'll be the sole guy there. 100%
Love
right.
it. Big Money says, Small Hand Brock started playing a little better when the rain slowed down. The rain was off and on. They would like at the end it was pouring rain. It was tough out there.
I don't like you know me. I'm always going to defend Brock. He's my quarterback, right? But I don't like all the hate that a lot of people. I'm not saying you're hating on him, Big Money, because I know where you're coming from because you're a Niners fan. But a lot of guys like, oh, save us from a check down Super Bowl from Brock Purdy. Oh, Brock Purdy was a horrible. I mean, dude, look what Brock Purdy went through in the first half. And then coming out of the second half, we had to play the catch-up game. Kyle Shanahan put all of his trust into his quarterback, and look what Brock Purdy did. He made positive plays. He made it possible to get down the field and score. He just played a lot better game. But, hey, man, that shows a lot for a quarterback.
If you're check down CMC, you should hit your check down. Brandon says, sad all the teams I wanted to win lost. That is a bummer. I know you are a Cowboys Texans fan. To have both your teams go out one by one, that's tough. But hey, there's always next year. Ray says Drayton Greenlaw don't want to go down. He did not want to go down. He wanted. He would. There was nothing that was going to stop him from going down. Big One of Justice. We need to put Greenlaw in the backfield on short yardage plays.
They teased about that. They asked Christian McCaffrey how he felt about Greenlaw running the ball. And he said that guy could break a lot of tackles, which he did. He was just breaking tackles left and right, but he was going from sideline to sideline. This guy, he's just an animal. He's an animal.
Gotcha. Big One says defense played great when it counted. They did. They kept us out of the red zone. If we would have been able to, just a few of them, a few of those red zone trips, just punch it in or come down with points, the game would have been a lot different. Your defense came up big when it mattered, and that's what bend don't break. That's my biggest motto in my opinion. That's when you have a bend don't break kind of defense, you have the best type of defense in my opinion. All right, Vincent, as a non-partial third party here, what was your thoughts on the games? Because I did have a lot more to say, but I lost my train of thought, so I got to rethink it at all right now.
Not bad. I don't know if I'm too impartial because I don't like both of these teams.
Yeah.
But just because we always play against y'all, like how the Packers always play the Niners, Seahawks always play the Packers, Seahawks always play the Niners when we make it into the playoffs too. So it's just always going to end up like that since we're always on the NFC side, unless one of us leaves, which I highly doubt will ever happen in our lifetime. We're going to match up again one of these days. But from what I saw from this game, I agree totally with AJ that their offense was not the same offense that they always run. I saw it completely. I was in and out watching the game because I was like, kind of like, damn, I was like, Packers might win this game. So I was watching some highlights on some of the other games since I wasn't able to watch all of them completely. But it was just a good game overall for the Packers. I think they played well in the second half. But yeah, first half for sure, they could not get the dang ball in the end zone. I was like kind of waiting for them to do it on one of those 3 drives, but when they ended up not doing it and they only had 9, was it 9 or 6 points to show for it? I don't remember.
6.
6 points? Yeah. I mean, it was kind of bad. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit, but yeah, I just felt like both sides was not stellar in the first half, and in the second half it was kind of better. So it was a good game. I liked it.
Very nice, very nice. Liam, we're gonna go jump to you real quick. Now that that's over, we're not over talking about this game. I'm far from it. I have so much more to say. I had it. Zach Ertz signed with the Lions. That's not big news, Liam.
What a sellout!
Dude, Zach Ertz got beat out. He lost his job to Trey McBride, and now he's gonna just be second fiddle to Sam Laporta. It's not big news.
I love it. They're going to try to force Zach Ertz to get the ball, straying away from Sam Laporta. That's going to be their own demise. I like it. Screw Zach Ertz.
There you go. He says, "Who would have thought that someone would go ring chasing the Lions? I did not expect that. I would have expected maybe the Niners. Maybe he called the Niners and they didn't call back, so he's like, okay, I gotta go to the Lions. But yeah, definitely. If you told me this like a year or two ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But here we are, 2024. It's a crazy world." Ray says, "Reed, do you want a real proven wide receiver 1 or just wait and develop your young receivers?" So my whole reason on why I'm glad that the Packers didn't, going back to last year and then this year, the reason why I'm glad why we didn't go out and get like a big free agent wide receiver, it takes snaps away from the young guys. You're not able to develop them as well as you would be able to if you had a wide receiver 1 in there that is probably higher up there in years, not going to be around for when you are eventually a championship team. He's just a stopgap until you get there. So I don't want a real wide receiver 1. I'd rather just continue developing the guys we have. Christian Watson, if he can figure out this offseason how to stay healthy and keep his body healthy, I think he can be a real threat in this league. Him and Jordan Love need to work on their connection, but I think he's good. Romeo Dobbs, when he first entered the league, I called him Hall of Famer. Maybe potentially if he continues to grow, he'll be a Hall of Famer, but he's not on that track yet. But I think he's a very solid wide receiver too. He's a big red zone threat. He gets touchdowns. I love him. He had a big game against the Cowboys. Jaden Reed, I think he has more than shown that he is going to be a great threat in this league, and I cannot wait to see how he continues to grow off his rookie year. Datavion Wicks, probably a name that most people don't know, but he has been a rookie, 5th or 6th round pick, and he has done absolutely incredible. He's a Devontae Adams type of player, and I think if we continue to develop him, he will become a Devontae Adams type of guy. And then you have Bo Melton. Bo Pack Bo, right, Vince? Bo Pack Bo. The way he came in on the end of the season is incredible. I feel so good about our wide receiver room from where we were last year. I want to continue developing these guys. Don't get a old guy that's just going to take away from these guys. We don't need them. We don't need a true wide receiver run. Spread the ball around just like we're doing. I'm loving what this Packers offense is doing.
It's kind of sound like you're calling out the Titans and D-Hop.
It's just not a smart play, in my opinion. It's a stopgap, and it's going to hurt your team in the long run. It's cool and flashy, but it doesn't help you develop the guys that you have. Because your whole wide receiver room is like 24 years of age. It's very true. They are all young. Our tight ends are young. I love it. It's incredible what we were able to do. What Jordan Love was able to do with a bunch of young guys. but Aaron Rodgers just couldn't and had to complain about everybody. Liam says, "Gotta head out. See you guys later." Hey, see you later, Liam. Appreciate you coming in. Ray says, "I'm a big fan of Jaden Reed. I am too. We share a name there. I think he's gonna do great things. Hopefully, so." Liam says, "I guess every time I watch a Packers game, they have a new young receiver that emerges from the shadows. One week it was Dotavion Wicks, and now this Bo Melton guy. Like, where are they getting these guys from? Hey, the guy that everybody was attacking this offseason, Brian Gutekunst, the guy that everybody was attacking after they drafted Jordan Love, he has got an eye for talent. And he's able to find these guys in the late rounds. And he's had some great drafts these past 2 years, and it's been able to create this young team that was able to go all the way to the divisional round and hold their own against the 1 seed. I think the Packers wide receivers are underrated. Ask the Cowboys. Yeah, the Bears say it. The Bears corner safety. They got a bunch of no names over there. Those no names just whooped your ass. Yeah, I'm over the moon with our young guys. Dotavion Wicks is a diabolical name. It's a great name. It's gonna be. You're gonna hear it for years to come, hopefully. It did hurt Treylon Burks' development. Maybe he was a true wide receiver 1 and got targets. He could have broken out. Yeah, you just don't know really because you weren't able to force the ball to him, take on that challenge. Maybe it would be too much for him just because then he gets all the attention if DeAndre Hopkins isn't out there. But it's important to develop your young guys, get them chances. What do you guys think?
No, for sure. I have a lot to talk about the Titans, especially for next year. And I actually think they should keep DeAndre Hopkins for another year. I think it's going to be crucial, but they're going to have a serious talk with him and be like, hey, we're not going for a ring this year, okay? And we don't want you to be a wide receiver 1. We want you to take more of a Richard Sherman role, okay? Be that guy, be that cushion, but we need you to be a coach in that locker room. We need you to be a developmental coach for our young wide receivers. And you get a wide receiver in the 2nd, 3rd, maybe in the 4th round, right? Grow those guys. I still think Burks has a lot of potential to be able to become the wide receiver 1 for that team. Let him grow with Will Levis, but D-Hop needs to take a step back.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
I would agree. Developing your younger wide receivers is key. Always drafting and putting them in the spot that you want them to play later on is the best way to do it. So if you're drafting a wide receiver 1, he has to play that number 1 position, and he has to be the guy getting the most targets. So just the only way that it works out in your favor.
Liam says, "Okay, now I gotta head out. See ya. Hey, see you later, Liam." Was he the one that was studying for the test?
No, it was Rave.
That was Rave. Rave is still studying. He's gonna pass.
He's cooked.
Devin Witherspoon is also diabolical. Vincent,
the spoon, baby.
Is that what people say?
Oh,
The spoon.
Yeah, the spoon.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Oh boy, he's here.
I thought he gave.
No.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was just like, screw NSP. I'm out.
Rave has given up on his test. Don't give up, Rave. You got this. Dizzle says he finally caught a live stream. All right, here we go. We got the Dizzle comments coming. All right. My last thoughts on the Packer game before we get bombarded by our boy Dizzle. I'm very surprised by how Joe Barry was able to finish the season. And it kind of pisses me off because we're not going to be able to fire him. And after how he was able to finish the season, I honestly I'm like on the fence. I'm like, I don't think he should be fired because he finished so well. But also, he should be fired.
He's another Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. He's just gonna stick around for years and years to come.
I don't know how to feel about him right now. My biggest worry about firing him is he's potentially just running the same defense that Matt LaFleur wants him to run, and that's the reason why he's stuck with it. That's my biggest worry. We just hire a new guy, and then Matt LaFleur makes him do the same thing the other guy was doing. maybe that's not true, but that's my biggest worry about firing Joe Barry. It doesn't fix anything, maybe. Just says Reed Carlson absolutely stunk all year, missed so many extra points. Was shocked he was 27 for 33 kicking. Yes, he was not very good. We talked about this early in the stream. Very disappointing. My final take on it is you don't cut him until preseason. Bring in another kicker for a kicking competition and see where we go from there. He says he's ready for Mayo season. I've heard a lot of his interviews, and I'm not really sold on the guy.
I heard they're bringing back N'Keal Harry.
Oh boy,
yeah.
you're doomed. You're doomed, Dizzle.
The highlight reels continues.
All right, AJ, y'all gonna be able to beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl?
Well, one, I don't think Mahomes will make it to the Super Bowl, but absolutely, that's the team I want to face. If the Niners are fortunate enough and play hard enough to get it to the Super Bowl, I want to play the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't stand saying that name, but I want to play them, and I want freaking to see Taylor Swift cry in the stupid thing, and I want Fred Warner or Dre Greenlaw to go like this after a win to Taylor Swift, and I want to see that. I think it's a great matchup for the San Francisco 49ers as long as we play true to our game and not do what we did with Green Bay and totally switch up everything offensively. Stay true to our game, and I can guarantee you the Kansas City Chiefs won't be able to keep up with us. They won't. Their defense, as solid as they are, won't be able to keep up with us. Their offense, you stop one guy, then what? Right? Then what? You're going to get a lot of penalties for Patrick Mahomes getting yards, but that can only take you so far. So go ahead. That's the team I want to face. I want to face both teams, but I would rather face Kansas City because it's a better matchup for them.
Who do you put on Travis Kelce? Do you put Ward, Greenlaw, or Fred Warner?
I would love to put Ward. I don't think we could afford to unless we do Diamador Lenore on Rashid Rice and then put Charvarius Ward, because Charvarius Ward, he plays big. He plays like he's big. Oh, yeah. That's why every time we play the Seahawks, hey, put Ward on that mofo right there, because you know he's going to be playing physical. You know he's going to get hands on him. And that's how you play big boys. You get a guy who wants to get in their face. And Vince knows it. I mean, it's a great matchup every single time.
It is. It's either one way or another. Like there's no in between. Like
exactly. But yeah, I think our linebackers have very good coverage. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw are both, I believe, top 8 in the league as far as coverage linebackers, and I do feel like they'll be able to do a great job against them, unless he goes super deep, which we've seen.
Dizzle says N'Keal and Mickey D at offensive coordinator. Oh boy. AJ, Mahomes is like Tom Brady. You can never bet against that man. And I 100% agree with this. I can't bet against Mahomes. It is so tough that he's just able to pull some magic out of his whatever. And it's so annoying, but he is truly one of the greats.
He is. He's a very talented guy. But I just think every year that I see him more and more, I dislike him. This past year, we saw a lot of his true colors, which not a lot of people like, right? I don't like that. A lot of people love that kind of crap, and I just don't understand why. But I don't think he's Tom Brady. I don't think he is Tom Brady. Yeah, I get it, but it's a new revolution here in the NFL. We got some new bloods out here. You got to make room for the Jordan Loves. You got to make room for the Brock Purdy's, for the Penixes, right? That's going to come. That's not how you say it.
That's his name.
No, for the CJ Strouds, right? Step aside.
I hope Penis has a long career in the NFL so I can continue saying his name as it's pronounced.
Hope you know we just lost 4 live viewers just right then and there.
Okay, that's okay. Purple Red Super Bowl 58. It's going to be Ravens and Niners. If it really is, I'm going to call absolute rigged and be very disappointed in the NFL. I've always said the NFL isn't rigged. That would make me start thinking it is rigged. San Francisco D kind of looking sus lately. Not going to lie. Chase Young is an absolute bum.
Yeah, Chase Young is not doing what he's supposed to be doing, but he is doing a lot better than an average defensive lineman. He did finish with the highest defensive lineman grade for the San Francisco 49ers, even higher than Nick Bosa, even though Nick Bosa had an amazing game, but he did put up some pressures to Jordan Love. So I like him. I want him on the Niners. I'm not willing to pay him his contract next year. So use him while we can. Use and abuse him. Unless he takes a pay cut, I don't see him with the Niners next year. He's not doing Chase Young things.
I like it. Talking about an absolute bum, MVS is going to torch San Francisco deep.
I
This is an
don't
absolute
think
bum
so.
right here. That's a bum right there.
Highly doubt that. Even
MVS
if he does, he's gonna drop a pass. Like
He's going to get open. He ain't
He's
going to
had-
do nothing with it.
he's had good catches, right? I'll give him that. 2 great catches this past game. But I mean, that was against Buffalo's defense. You're going against more than likely, you're going to see a Diamador Lenore lined up on MVS, right? And then Niners are the most zone heavy team out there in the league. You're going to have free safety help. That's fine. That is fine.
All right. Kansas City defense is legit this year. 100% they are. They're very, very good. People just absolutely hate on greatness. It's sad 2 dudes got 2 Super Bowls at 26 and been in an AFC championship game every year, but whatever. I'm just preparing for your heartbreak.
I feel attacked, dude.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. No one wants to talk about Kyle Shanahan making it to, the playoffs, 4 out of 5 years out there, going to the championship game 3 times out of those 5 years. No one wants to talk about that, right? Especially against the NFC, which in the past, they're the powerhouse.
It's true, right? It's true. From what it looks like, too, the NFC is still the powerhouse because the AFC just gets blowout games.
Honestly.
This is says Lamar Jackson has so much pressure for this game. I say, hey, just go out there and play your game. Play your game. What did you guys give up for him? Hopefully it was the first because y'all can't hit on those picks.
Oh, we do great with in-season trading. Okay, we gave up a late 4th round pick. It was a compensatory pick as well.
Yeah.
So we gave nothing up for Chase Young. And how much do we got to pay on his contract? Oh yeah, that was nothing. Washington still has to pay it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't give anything up.
It was a great trade. Absolute fleece. Snead locks up by Ayuk, McDuffie on Debo, Kittle, X Factor.
That's fine. I don't see anyone locking up Christian McCaffrey. He's our number 1 wide receiver.
All right. Kyle Shanahan blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Tells me all I need to know about him. Jeez. That's not all on him. Come on, man.
Why do people always blame Shanahan and never the head coach? Right? That was Dan Quinn down there as well. But I don't know. It's just an ongoing fight like that. I think Kyle Shanahan is an amazing head coach. Easily a top 5 head coach, in my opinion, in this league. Love the guy. Easily now, since Bill Belichick's out and also Pete's out. Yeah. But Bill Belichick couldn't do anything with a bum quarterback. We did a lot with Jimmy G. Yes, sir, dude.
Very true.
All right. So I'm going to throw this up on the screen so we can watch an absolute thug right here in Trent Williams.
Thug!
Look at my
Trent
guy.
Williams. Look, push. Get off me. Oh, my gosh, man.
Look at that. Look at that thug.
Trent Williams. Let's see what happens.
I just think what's even funnier is the ref tries to throw the flag so high and it falls out of his pocket.
Trent Williams. Let's see what happens here.
This guy is an absolute thug. How dare he attack Owens like that? That is Simone Biles' husband right there.
This is what I like to call a hate call. You guys heard of hate crimes, right? Look how aggressive this ref is trying to throw this freaking flag that he misses the first time, throws a whistle or his phone, whatever was in his pocket, so high in the air that his flag just falls out. This is a hate call. He obviously sees that Thug 34 shove Trent Williams first. What happens when you shove a gorilla? You die, right? But Trent Williams was so freaking nice that day that he just gave a light tap and then number 34 turns into LeBron James.
That was no flop. No flop.
Dude, Vince and I were watching this. Vince
That was-
couldn't stop laughing.
That was
I
no flop. You
Wait,
trying to tell me that
wait,
Trent Williams?
What?
You're trying to tell me that Trent Williams is not that strong? Is that what you're trying to say?
That push wasn't that strong.
Look at that! Oh
Look
my
at
god!
that!
He
Oh,
recoiled.
Dude,
like
Look at that!
it doesn't even.
Oh my god,
Whoa,
dude!
whoa,
look,
that's
he
what was
picked
saying.
up his right foot.
Dude!
Owens picks up his right foot so he could fall.
Oh my gosh!
dude!
Honestly, Trent Williams to sue him.
And then we went 3 and out that drive.
Owens sue Trent Williams.
Yep.
We went 3 and out
Yep.
that drive. That kind of screwed us.
Shouldn't be a thug.
Oh my gosh! It's like Simone. I got hardly little to no respect for Simone, by the way. So you could play that all the time. Okay, she's gonna bail out in our country. Do that. That's fine. No respect
All
then.
right. All right.
Ooh.
Jair Alexander is the GOAT. Get that man out there for the coin toss? Absolutely not. He does not know how a coin toss works, unfortunately. Okay.
Jair Alexander was an absolute beast this past game. Talk
played
about
well.
lockup. This guy was phenomenal. I was really hoping he missed out this game. He was an absolute beast.
He's good, man. Against good teams, he will lock up anybody. Against Nikhil Harry or other bum receivers, doesn't know what he's doing.
It's because they run too much zone with him when those games happen.
AJ, how do the Lions beat San Francisco?
Here's the
Okay.
breakdown, right? You saw with the Packers, you saw with teams prior. Our offensive line is par. It's not subpar. It's not above par. It's par. Our left side, really solid. But you put pressure on that line in the middle and the interior to the right side, you're going to break through, not giving Brock Purdy a lot of time. The Lions are known to have a great defensive front, but horrible corners. Horrible corners. They can't lock up anyone to save their life. Don't give Brock Purdy any time. If you're able to stuff the run, that's it. That's how they win. Don't give Brock Purdy any time. And while they're doing that, they're able to stuff the run. That's going to be tough for the Niners to get any points on the board. They're going to have to get creative. Kyle Shanahan can't leave his play call, but that's how you do it. Continue to apply pressure, get in Brock Purdy's head. Don't allow Brock Purdy to get the ball down the field, which we all know he can. And he can be extremely accurate. I mean, look at that first touchdown pass with George Kittle. That was an absolute dime. He can't do that. So, yeah, don't let Brock Purdy get the ball out.
Does this guys feel like the stadium is going to be 50-50 on fans? I will answer that one for you, AJ. I do think the Lions fans, they've been rowdy this offseason or this postseason. They're definitely going to try to get into this game and try to fill the stadium. But San Fran's fans are some of the best fans out there. They're going to fill up the stadium, not allow that to happen. Am I right, AJ?
All of the stadium's already bought out. I mean, I do believe that there's going to be a lot of Lions fans traveling to that game, but they're probably not going to have seats, and they're more than happy just to stand up. They're more than happy because we don't know what's going to happen again. What was the last time? 25 years ago? That's how old I am, right? So I definitely feel like Lions will get there. They got a great fan base, but the Niners, the faithful, they show up. They show up, doesn't matter where it's at. They hate short to Philly, but they'll still be there, right? But yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that Niners will run that stadium.
Not so looking good. Welcome back to the stream. Says OMG Seahawks fan. I don't think Vince was here when Not So Looking Good first tuned in. So yes, this is Vincent Vinto, our third host of the podcast, and yes, he is a Seahawks fan. We've been trying to fix it for a while. Unfortunately, he will not change.
Oh, jeez. But Vincent, Not So Looking Good is one of our newer subscribers, one of our newest guys on the Discord, newer followers here on Twitch. So huge supporters. So big thanks that he was able to show up today. I was actually, not to sound weird, but I was actually thinking about him today, knowing that we're going to go live and hoping he could catch us.
I feel like this is the most fake news tweet I've ever seen. Did you see Shefty tweet that San Francisco is looking to scout an XFL at quarterback for the next year, leading with Shea Patterson? And Dizzle says Shea Patterson because he knows AJ hates Shea Patterson, and I don't like him either.
Well, first of all, Dizzle, okay, it is the UFL, not the XFL anymore, which we are going to be hosting a UFL fantasy football league if you guys are interested in that. But Shefty is a freaking bum. Don't like him. Never have. Absolutely not. We're not looking for a quarterback, especially not in the XFL. Maybe Kurt Benkert.
You guys are looking for a backup quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to get an XFL. We had extremely bad luck
Boy Kirk
prior.
Benkirk?
Huh?
Did you shout out my boy Kirk Benkirk?
I shouted out our boy.
Oh.
He's a Niner
It's a
too,
Brahma.
and now he's a Brahma.
Oh, that you
Brahma.
guys hurt his feelings by cutting him and then bringing him back and cutting him, bringing him back.
After you did that because you cut him, then you brought him back.
Out it though.
And you cut him.
We had him on. We had him on the whole year. We even let him take a knee. All right, he has played a snap in the National Football League because we decided to throw him out there.
Kyle Shanahan recommended
Aaron
him
Rodgers
to San Antonio.
said Aaron Rodgers,
thinking
the person
Niners
who
were
hates him
giving him
most,
a
decided to
job.
send him out
You
there.
have no right, sir. And plus, I really don't like his takes. He has a podcast, and I don't like his takes whatsoever.
You really
They're
don't like
really
his
bad.
takes?
No, they're really bad.
I feel like his quarterback takes are pretty good.
Quarterback takes, yeah, they're good. But when he was talking about the Packers, he was rooting for the Packers, saying the Packers have a great advantage over the Niners.
Mhm.
And then he was like, you got to remember, towards the end of the season, the Packers were playing playoff caliber games. No, they weren't. They were playing playoff caliber games. The only connection that they had was that they had to win those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were playing against, the Giants, the Panthers. Come on, man.
Did he say caliber?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I thought he was just maybe we heard different quotes. Next week is Jamo coming out game. Who's Jamo?
Who's Jamo?
I don't know who Jamo is.
I think I'm missing that too.
I don't know. Next one looking good says makes me like the Packer fan. Hey, appreciate it. Dizzle says miss being these live streams. Yes, you have missed quite a few in these past weeks. So this is on you, Dizzle. We posted in Discord. If you have not joined the Discord, join the Discord in below. All right, we
Maybe
posted.
Dizzle and also looking good are friends. Look at their profile pictures.
It's just SpongeBob.
They're both SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Boop.
Dizzle says, what hot on the props this week went 3 for 3. Aaron Jones under 3.5 catches. Mike Evans over 72.5 yards and 4.5 catches. And Diggs under 60.5 yards. What a wash bum he is.
He's so bad.
He took the under on Diggs. That's actually pretty good. That's a good one.
Diggs can't perform in those highlight games, dude. It's unfortunate, but he can.
Snead was playing well. I think he was following him.
Yeah. And I kind of felt bad. I'm not going to take credit because I know Vince was already thinking what I was thinking when I told him. But I was like, you need to get Christian McCaffrey in this game. Talk about Aaron Jones as well, stuff like that. But Vince always hits.
My only mistake was Kittle.
Oh,
Kittle decided to play like a demon bad out of hell.
Oh, I could have told you that, Vince.
Hey, man.
We can't cover tight ends.
It's true.
This was coming at you, AJ. He says, yeah, you were looking for a quarterback was going to bench Brock this year for Brady if he wanted to play. Wow.
What?
That's what he's saying about the Niners.
He bench Brock if he got hurt. We got to get a veteran quarterback right now. We got to go out there and get Tom Brady. We got to go get Phillip Rivers. We got to go get Big Ben Roethlisberger. Go get Andrew Luck. Get him out of the freaking, the desert. I don't know where he's at, man, but we got to go find someone right now to go get a veteran quarterback who knows how to play in the playoffs. I am extremely scared. Go pick up. No, I will not say Joe Flacco. Can't say no. But yeah, not to bench Brock Purdy, but just in case he gets hurt.
This says, AJ, just admit it. Your 49ers got blessed to win that Sunday. I don't know about blessed.
Saturday.
We broke down the game earlier. I really don't think they were lucky or fortunate. I do believe the Niners are blessed. But man, it wasn't the 49ers that were playing. That was a different 49ers team, offensively, defensively, a lot of mistakes, could change out our cleats, our own home turf. It was just disgusting. Didn't like any bit of it, but we came out on top. We broke the Shanahan curse.
You did not break the curse, okay?
What do you mean?
Immediately after the first, the fourth quarter started, that's when you hit the field goal and immediately put you in within the 5 points. All right, you did not break the curse, okay?
How's that not breaking the curse?
It was barely over the fourth quarter. All right.
What? It was still over the fourth quarter.
No, it doesn't count though.
How does that not
It
count?
doesn't count.
How does it not count?
It does not count. All right.
Why are you saying it doesn't count just because it was against the Packers?
That stat is still true. In the fourth quarter with 14 minutes and 50 seconds, you guys are 0-30. All right. When
The
you're
stat
trailing by 5
is-
points. All right.
Kyle Shanahan has never won a game trailing by 3 or more points entering the fourth quarter. That's the stat. We
It
entered
was
the
5
fourth quarter
points.
trailing.
It's 5.
Someone
And you
put
kick the
3 or
field
more
goal and you
points. You can
immediately
say
win
3 or more
over.
points. You can say 5 points. It's the same thing. Same thing. Because the stats stay the same. We broke the curse. That's
You
it.
did not break the curse. I appreciate y'all missing the field goal on purpose. Sarcastic. Yeah, we didn't want to win the game. We were thinking about draft position there. All right, that's what we were thinking. We were thinking about draft. We're 5 steps ahead, guys.
Thinking
5
about
steps
pick
ahead.
26. Pick
Mhm.
26.
That's what we want.
What you guys drafted? quarterback?
Jamo is Jameson Williams going to be flying down Levy Stadium.
Hell to the no. F that guy. The
Jammo.
Niners are all about personality, man. No way in hell they signed Jameis.
You think I got Discord notifications on? Just know Monday and Tuesday around 9 Eastern time, NSP might be live on YouTube. You gotta have Discord notifications on. You have YouTube notifications on. You gotta have Facebook notifications on. You gotta have them all, man.
Yeah, for YouTube.
Come on. Report came out today.
Jeez.
I'm gonna be flying down. Jameson Williams. Are you sure you're talking about Jameson Williams? Jameson Williams is the wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt that he's over there at Levi Stadium already. I mean, the Lions are going to be playing. Oh, maybe he meant Jameis Winston.
Maybe. Not so looking good says real talk though. Packers played great. Y'all will do better next season. Yeah, there's so much to look forward to next season. Hopefully, Jordan Love continues to develop. Hopefully, everybody continues to develop going to next year. I'm just hoping it's not one of those. Hey, you took like 5 steps forward and you take 2 steps back next season. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Nothing is just a given in this league. You got to go out and take it. So the guys got to want it, in my opinion. But yeah, they played great. Had the man, I was thinking about Super Bowl at one point in that game. I was like, man, if we're able to top the 2 seed and the 1 seed, I'm no longer just thinking about how far can we go. I'm thinking about winning the Super Bowl. That was my thought process.
Would have been insane. Would have been another 7 seed
crazy,
victory,
dude. For the 7 seed to top the 1 seed.
So supposedly what this was talking about is that today was revealed that the 49ers originally wanted Tom Brady as a starting quarterback this season.
Wow.
Interesting.
I wonder why Brady didn't take it. Maybe he's really done.
He's done, man. I don't think he wants it anymore.
Maybe.
He's fulfilled.
Should Purdy get his flowers after that last drive? What do you think, KJ?
Should Purdy get his flowers? I think that last drive showed extreme confidence. We all know Brock Purdy has a lot of confidence. He didn't show a lot this past game, but he also showed the ability to lead a team down the field when he needed to. A lot of people want to say he's a check down machine, right? Some of the passes that he made, like with Jawan Jennings, he put it in a perfect position right over the defender, right into Jawan Jennings, where Jawan knew he had to jump up and make those catches. It wasn't an easy pass. It was an easy catch. I think he was able to do that. And hey, man, if you have a freaking tank, if you have a freaking Ferrari, I'll replace it as that, in a race, you give the ball to the freaking Ferrari, right? And I'm talking about Christian McCaffrey. If Christian McCaffrey's opening the check down, it's not like he was throwing it right away. It's just that Packers defense was playing that good. Brandon Ayuk was getting locked up by Alexander. He was getting locked up. There's not much the Niners could have done. So you know what? What did he do? He went to his checkdowns like a good, responsible quarterback should do. Hit Jawan Jennings, hit Christian McCaffrey, hit George Kittle right in the freaking numbers that he dropped, which was a huge drop, by the way. But the Niners were able to recover. So yeah, I like Brock Purdy. top 5 worst games for him, I would admit. But hey, man, that's our quarterback, and I'm happy to have him. I'd rather have him than more than half these quarterbacks in this league. So hell yeah. Look at Jalen Hurts right now. Look at Dak Prescott. You kidding me? But yeah.
Very nice. Made a great throw to Ayuk, but that was about it. That throw to Ayuk was incredible. We had almost perfect coverage, and he put it on just the absolute spot. That was a backbreaker because that was a third down. That one hurt right there. Debo's made of glass. Dude takes too many hits for his frame. He is not made of glass. Christian Watson is made of glass. All right. You want to talk about glass? That's glass. Also, Josh Allen about to turn into white Cam Newton. Takes way too many hits. 3 more years max of his solid performance in the league. I hope not.
I don't think so. I don't feel like Josh Allen takes the types of hits that Cam Newton was
Cam
taking.
Newton, like if you think Josh Allen runs like Cam Newton, you gotta look up some highlights of Cam Newton. Cam Newton was different. Like,
He was lowering shoulders. He was flying like Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting turned around by like hits, low hits and high hits combined. Like,
yep.
Dude was just walking injury.
Lamar Jackson tape is awesome. Michael Vick tape is awesome. But Cam Newton's rushing tape, it's a completely different thing. Completely different. Leif says, look at Discord leak image of Higgins in the Titans.
So I'm trying so hard to find that picture, dude. I am like, this has to be like, of course it's Photoshop. Of course it is. I get it, right? But I just want to find it. Ain't no way.
I don't know
Way
if
too
it's
early.
Photoshop. If it's Photoshop, that's really good Photoshop. It looks like maybe he grew up in the area of Tennessee.
Because he looks super young there. Now he has facial hair.
Oh, that's high school.
That is high school. Okay,
That's
I
high
found a
school.
picture of him in high school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's him high school. I was
Yeah.
about to say he has dreads now. He has facial hair.
That is not a leaked image. All right. Nice try, Rave.
Good job, Rave. You played yourself.
Cam Newton was crazy. Yes, he was absolutely
Bum,
crazy.
nuts.
MVP,
Nutcase.
that MVP season, incredible. Now he has CTE. Cam Newton was special, 100% special.
Ed.
Nah, this is real. He grew up in Tennessee. Yeah, but it's not a leaked
Dude,
image of him joining them. Okay.
Cam Newton he's Scooby Doo, bro. If you put the types of outfits Scooby Doo wore in some of his movies and shows, he looks like a Cam Newton.
Yes. Yes. I don't know why I've never thought of that. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Bad.
That's
He runs like
hilarious.
he's a and then he takes off.
Oh.
All right, so I was right. We spent over half the podcast talking about the Packers and 49ers. There's honestly a whole lot more that we could say, but we got to move on to Bucks v Lions so we can continue this divisional round recap. So Bucks versus Lions.
This is a good one, man.
This was a good game. Baker Mayfield did not look as good as he has looked in the past few games. I think it was on the first drive he immediately threw a pick. And I was like, oh boy, it's going to be a long game for Baker Mayfield. But he came back fighting. Ultimately, it was not enough, and the Lions ran away with the game. And it was a little weird at the end of the fourth quarter of the Bucks not taking a timeout and trying to get back in the game. I don't know if you guys have looked into that much, but yeah. Bucks, I think we're at the end of the day, we should be very surprised and they should be very proud of how far they made it in the playoffs. With where most people thought this was going to be a year of Baker Mayfield fighting to see if he was going to be able to stay in the league or he's going to be a backup for the rest of his career. And he showed out. The Buccaneers showed out for him. Mike Evans is absolutely incredible. I'm very much looking forward to see where he ends up this offseason because I don't think he's going to come back to the Bucks. He's definitely going to look elsewhere to go. What would you say, AJ?
So you should end up with the Niners, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
That's too many. Then you lose Ayuk. There's no way you get him and Ayuk.
Yeah, we could do that
There's
for
no
another 2
way.
more years. Yeah, we're not paying a quarterback.
That's true.
We're not paying a quarterback.
We're about to pay a quarterback.
We could even side Chase
Yeah,
Young for shits and giggles if we wanted to.
You at least got to give Brock Purdy some incentives, man.
I'll give some incentives, all right.
Guys living in a shoebox out there.
I'll go be his roommate. If he wins Super Bowl, I'll go be his roommate.
All right. What are you guys' thoughts on this game?
Oh, it was super fun. I'm sorry. Did you want to go first? No, it was super fun to watch. Honestly, the Bucks get the ball first. They drive it all the way down the field. Unfortunate interception. Baker Mayfield is looking real good, and he still looked good for the rest of the game. I had such a long day. I got back that day, and it was just, I was so dead. But the game was phenomenal, and it was an absolute shootout. I mean, look at the game. That's what I'm talking about when I said both defenses, you could shoot out on them, right? There's not a lot of defensive coverage going on, and that's exactly what happened. Lions came out, and they came out for one reason only, because their defensive front was it's legit. They were there. They were able to keep up offensively, and their defense was just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. And that made the world of a difference. It's going to be good going forward. I think Jared Goff is going to do Jared Goff things, but let's go.
All right.
Yeah, man, that was the first thing I was going to talk about, that defensive line. Hutchinson and one of their defensive linemen that rotates in there, cannot remember his name, but he is a young guy too. They were just wreaking havoc on Baker Mayfield, like especially as the game wound on. The offensive line was getting a little bit tired, a little bit discombobulated. Hutchinson uses one of those moves that not a lot of people are using, but still some of the top tier defensive ends use. And he's just getting to the quarterback very often in these playoff games. So if anything, if they are to topple the 49ers this next week, it's going to be because Hutchinson has one of the best games of his life. I'm saying like 3 sacks, like 4 or 5 pressures on Brock Purdy that alter the game, probably a few batted balls. But yeah, that's the only way that this defense will actually disrupt the offense of the 49ers. But in this game, they did it to Baker Mayfield, and that was the difference, in my opinion, because it wasn't the DBs and it wasn't Anzalone at linebacker. So offense played all right. I thought they could have done better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Back to the comments. Dizzle wants to know, Reed, you going to get a Cam Newton hat? Absolutely not. Those things were absolutely ugly. His whole style and fashion sense is ugly. I'm cool with my trucker dad hats. Did you guys see at the end of the Bucks-Lions game with the Neils? I was watching it live time and being like, they can force a field goal. They weren't letting the play clock wind down. Yeah, definitely. It was first a mistake by the Lions, not waiting till the end of the play clock to take a knee. The Lions kind of shot themselves in their own foot, but 100% there should have been a timeout taken there. Just to give you the chance. Yes, it's a long shot no matter what. But there's a chance they miss the field goal. The chance that you block the field goal, you run it back. There's 1,000 different situations there that could have got you back in the game. And it's the playoffs. If this is a regular season game, I kind of understand it. Just like, hey, whatever, we're not going to win it. But this is the playoffs. You fight to the bitter end. Does not matter. The bitter end. Okay. Not so looking good says, I actually thought the Bucks could beat the Lions. It was close at some point in the game. I was thinking it too. I was really hoping for it. I was rooting for the Bucks. I did not want the Lions to advance, just because I hate the Lions. It's time to end this storybook tale, whatever.
I hope so. I sure hope so.
They better. You guys let him in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to the draft. I'm not doing it.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to listen to Lions fans all day long about how they went to the Super Bowl.
For those of you on the chat, NSP, we're going to the draft. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a vlog there. So if by any chance you guys are making it out to the draft, let us know. Maybe we can link up, grab a beer if you're of legal age, and just, hang out, watch the draft, do some activities together. Also, this weekend, we'll be going live play-by-play games for the championship games. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be legit. And you bet I'm not going to do the Niners game. So
yep.
I'll be in my safe place for the Niners game.
All right. Have you guys looked at the 2014 wide receiver draft class? It's insane. I don't know it off the top of my head. Could one of you guys look it up and read it
I'm
off
on
to
it.
me?
I feel like this one's the joke one.
Is it?
I think it's
Dizzle
the
usually
20
throws a lot of jokes into our.
I think it's the 2016 draft class that is like one of the best.
Do you have it, AJ?
I could be wrong though.
First wide receiver was Sammy Watkins from Clemson.
Oh,
Number
boy.
2 is Mike Evans.
Okay.
3 is Odell
Mike Evans is
Beckham.
good.
Yeah. That's a
4 is
good
one.
Marquise Lee. 5 is Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
6 is Jordan Matthews. 7 is Kelvin
remember him.
Benjamin.
Oh,
8 is Jarvis
remember him.
Landry. Kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Oh yeah, he fell off.
Number 9, Devontae Adams.
That was a good one.
At number 10, Dante Moncrief. You also have Allen Robinson, Brandon Coleman, Katie Lattimore, Jared Abredris, Josh Huff, and then we just keep going.
There's some good guys in there. Not incredible. It's not a freaking insane one. There's some good guys. I think AJ just lost it. Sneezed out his soul there. Not so looking good says McCaffrey is going to have a game. Lions defense won't be able to out-bully the Niners.
If the Niners offensive scheme stays as the Niners offensive scheme, I don't think anyone could stop Christian McCaffrey because he's not just a one-dimensional type running back. Not only can he catch the ball, but he's a do-it-all. He told Kyle Shanahan when the Niners traded for him, hey, coach, just letting you know, they never used me like this in Carolina, but I'm a physical running back. I could run through people. I could go outside the hashes. I'm just not an inside type running back guy. I could even throw the damn ball. And Shanahan was like, all right, bet, let's do it. And that's what you do. If you continue with that play scheme, I think it's extremely tough to stop McCaffrey. Extremely tough. I think you think, when the hell is this guy going to throw the ball? Because when he does, he has some freaking elite talent out there.
Yep.
The scheme should be easy. Stay true to it. Don't freak out. But yeah, McCaffrey should be able to bully them.
All right. Dizzle says one finger, one pinky, one thumb on love, Cam Newton.
That's what Cam Newton used to do. So
Okay.
yeah, we're not Cam Newton supporters. We're not a Cam Newton pro-go show.
His MVP season I think it was cool.
It was
I mean, he was incredible. 50.
Yeah,
I think he had 50 touchdowns with rushing, and I loved how he always gave the football to a kid in the stands after his touchdowns. I thought that was incredible.
He did it for the media.
I thought it was cool. Bucks cover. They get the 2-point conversion, but they didn't, so they don't cover. Where is the draft this year? It is in Detroit, Michigan. I know. I'm very disappointed, just like you guys.
Hey,
But the
man.
following year, it's in Lambeau. We're going to that one.
Hell yeah.
Motor City, baby.
Hey,
Motor
Detroit's
City.
great, bro.
Huh?
Yeah.
Detroit's great.
Home of
We're all going to
home-
be there, packing with our Glocks and our Rari. It's going to be great, dude.
It's a terrible city. Reed, how can you hate on Jared Goff resurrection and Monroe St. Brown? Everyone doubted these man. I'll be completely honest. There's not a lot for me to find hate on this Lions team. I think MCDC is a hell of a coach. I do think he has a potential of what's the word? A Nick Sirianni jump off the cliff when he loses his defense coordinator and offense coordinator this offseason. If he doesn't bring in guys to help him out, I think he's going to fall off. At the end of the day, in my opinion, MCDC is a good head coach. Not trying to throw shade at him or whatever, but he's not going to be the guy who's going to drop the schemes, etc., and have this awesome game plan. In my opinion, he's going to. Did you just eat something, EJ?
What are you talking about?
Could you just put it,
Is it cough
open
drop,
your
maybe?
mouth? That was so weird. But MCDC is not the guy that's going to have this incredible scheme or whatever. He's going to have guys around him, and he's going to set the culture. And that's a good thing. I'm not throwing shit at him, but he needs to bring in guys to be able to replace Ben Johnson or whatever their defense coordinator's name is.
Imagine this. Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Go ahead.
Imagine if a certain individual accepts a lower position as a defensive coordinator. Imagine if Mike Vrabel joins MCDC. How
That'd be scary.
freaking violent would that defense be? That would
Those
be
guys would grab each other by the head and just smash each other until someone scores. Like, I don't know.
that's like the dream team right there.
pretty
Oh
good.
man, I'll love that. I'll help fund that.
Yeah. All right. Just says AJ absolutely glazing CMC. Get a room with him and whoa.
And live Culpo.
Hey man, you
Oh,
look at
that-
him and you tell me you won't do that.
Jesus. Who you got? Kansas City and Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore, even though I think the Chiefs could win this game, and I think these guys will agree with me.
I'm going Baltimore as well. I think it's a mismatch. I don't. We seen that Kansas City does not fare well against highly mobile quarterbacks. Look at how Josh Allen totally controlled that game, and I think Lamar Jackson knows how to do it with the guys around him. So, yeah, it's gonna be Baltimore Ravens.
Yep, I'm going Baltimore too. The only way that Kansas City wins this is if they have that same reffing crew out there, which I don't think will happen. But other than that, I don't think Kansas City really has the type of schemes to play anymore with the guys that they have. Kansas City cannot use Travis Kelce like they used to, and they don't have the wide receivers to play up to par. It's only Rashee Rice, and if you cover him, it's over. Like that's about it. Can't do nothing more.
All right. You all going to 8 Mile? What's 8 Mile?
What?
I don't know what that is.
Slim Shady?
AJ's, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm glad I'm muted because that was extremely loud. But like, wait, Slim Shady. Like, come on, how do you? I love Eminem. I do.
I don't listen to all of his music.
I want to see if we could hit up Mom Spaghetti though. That'd be.
Oh,
Is that a
yeah.
place?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this guy's killing me. You're killing me,
I
Small.
thought it was his mom's spaghetti.
It's named after him, Reed.
Oh, I don't know. Defensive coordinator sucks, but I agree. Losing their offensive coordinator is going to be a big need to replace them, and they're going to need a good replacement, in my opinion. They need a good one. AJ threw in the Zen. I saw that thinks he's slick. Taking drugs over there?
This is not
He's
drugs.
talking.
All right. This is for the Hawk, Vince, and the Pack. Me. Who you got? Lions or Niners? I'll go first. I got the Niners, not only just because I want them to beat the ever living hell out of the Lions and make sure they ever come back and let them know that they are not meant to be here. But I think Niners are just a very complete good team. We've seen the Lions lose against these type of big teams or whatever. We've seen them lose against the Packers. We've seen them lose against the Cowboys. From you to say that, I'm just going to 100% believe that they're going to beat the Niners. Yeah, they have momentum going to this game. I just don't really see it. Give me the Niners all day.
Yeah, I think the Niners are going to win. I think it's going to be a better game because I'm not 100% sure that the Niners will get everything their way like some people might think. The Lions are a good team. I think they will stop the 49ers here and there, mostly if Hutchinson gets a sack or someone, hits someone in the backfield. As of lately, the 49ers have not been very good on 3rd and long. So as long as they can bottle up Christian McCaffrey on one run and, bat down one pass or get to Brock Purdy and give him pressure, 3rd down and longs have not been the 49ers bread and butter as of lately. So I think the Lions can hold them off a little bit, but ultimately the Niners will win.
All right. Damn NSP, some Kansas City haters. I'm a Pats fan, and I can respect Kansas City. I think the only Kansas City hater here is AJ. AJ absolutely hates everything Kansas City, hates them so much, so much.
I love their head coach.
Yes, you love their head coach. You hate Patrick Mahomes. You hate Travis Kelce. You hate them because they beat you in the Super Bowl, etc., etc.
I just think they're ugly individuals.
There you go. I respect Kansas City. I respect what they've been able to do. I just think that this is potentially Lamar's year, and I just don't think the wide receivers are going to be able to help Patrick Mahomes too much.
Yeah, honestly, the only reason I'm picking the Ravens to win is because I don't think if Kansas City makes it to the Super Bowl, it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be one of those games where it's like, oh, Kansas City is here, and that's all we wanted. Other than that, it'll be like a super sloppy game. Whoever is in the Super Bowl, which will probably be the 49ers, will probably just run all over them, in my opinion. Kansas City will probably make a resurgence late in the game, but it won't be enough, and it'll be like oh no, they lost, but they almost did it, and that's what they're gonna roll with for the next few years. So,
I hope Curtis Collinsworth is not calling that game.
Oh my god.
oh god,
The way he glazes the man. Disgusting. You never seen 8 Mile? It's a classic film. Never seen it. Never heard of it, honestly. 49ers are going to smoke Lions. What's the early forecast?
It's supposed to be clear as of right now. Weather-wise, supposed to be clear. The spread is fairly large. It started at 4.5, and now I'm seeing anywhere between 5.5 to 7 as far as the spread favoring the 49ers.
Nice. What Niners fan doesn't hate Kansas City? They stole our happiness. And did they steal your happiness?
Yeah, I told you guys. I cried. I cried in that Super Bowl. I cried a lot in the Ravens Super Bowl. I'm glad it's those two teams left. I'd much rather face Kansas City because I think they are a weaker team than Baltimore, and I have a little bit of I think a little bit about the regular season game, but everything that could go wrong for the Niners went wrong that game. I think the Niners have a great chance of taking it all the way as long as they don't get in their own way. Kind of like what I say with the Cowboys, right?
All right. Who got overthrown in a touchdown in the Super Bowl versus Kansas City? I forget. Why are you going to bring this up, Dizzle? Why are you going to bring these things up? It's like asking me, hey, who botched the onside kick for the Packers when they were facing the Seahawks? Like, you don't ask these type of questions, man. That's rude.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know who it was. AJ, who is it?
Emmanuel Sanders.
It was, I forgot he was on your team.
Yeah.
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 Dang. That was a throwback right there.
I was a huge fan of Emmanuel Sanders back when he was with Denver as well. Freaking Jimmy, dude.
Go.
Damn.
Romo's got the AFC game. Fox has the NFC game, so I think that clears us from
Fudge.
What?
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Troy Aikman, dude.
Troy Aikman's on ESPN. He's not on Fox anymore.
I thought they're on Fox.
No, Troy. No, he moved. You got Greg Olson, I think.
Oh, even
You
worse.
hate him.
Greg Olson's the greatest. What do you mean?
He was so annoying this past game with
He's
Green Bay.
so good.
He's so horrible.
He's a great commentator. How dare you say a bad thing about Greg Olson?
I like Greg Olson a lot. I don't like him as a commentator. I can't enjoy it.
He's so good. He's one of my new favorite commentators. I hate Romo.
What?
Oh my god, Romo's annoying. Romo's so annoying.
That's Greg Olson. Greg Olson is annoying.
Yeah. No, he is not.
I feel like
here.
I feel like Romo is annoying if he's not paired with another good commentator. Because then Romo sounds like this guy who's blabbering on because the other guy doesn't know what they're talking about as a football and like what to see on the field. So if someone else accompanies Romo, who's actually good, he's actually a good analyst.
Yeah, Greg Olson tries to be funny.
He's so not funny. He's my favorite. He calls a lot of Packer games, so I get to listen to him a lot.
I like Greg Olson as a person. I loved him as a player, and I can respect him as a commentator. I'd much rather not have him as a commentator.
Just throw it on mute, like how I play Madden.
Hell no, I can't. I don't know how you do that, dude. Oh, jeez.
Not so looking good says cancel Dizzle. Heck yeah, we're all about it. Dizzle says Des caught it. We don't talk about that. But how about that onside kick versus Vince Seahawks? Yikes. Des did not catch it. I gotta put out a video on this so that I can just point people to the video. I don't have to keep explaining it.
You should.
Do it. You should
do it. I'll do it. But that onside kick versus Vince and the Seahawks, yeah, that put me in like the most depressed session I've ever been. I remember after the game, me and my brother we were so hyped, and then we just couldn't speak to each other anymore. We're both Packer fans, and I went up to my room and just stared at the ceiling for a good 30 minutes to an hour, just thinking about life.
I just remember, I think it was the next day that you were just trashing that tight end, and you were saying that he needs to get like cut from the team and never to play football again. Yeah,
he needed to be cut, and he did play football again. And I don't wish him any hurt against him, like mentally or whatever. But you botched that play uncontrollably. You had an assignment, and you went against your assignments, and that's what happens, right?
I hated that guy.
Hated him. Yeah, me too. But it's a professional league. If you don't do your job, you get fired. If I didn't do my job, I would get fired. Sorry, not sorry. Olsen is great, bro. AJ, just mute the TV and listen to music then.
Can't do that.
Romo is great too. I hate Romo so much. I cannot listen to games with him anymore. The sound effects he makes, like, I don't know about that one, Jim.
he like longs out. I don't know.
I hate it. He sounds like a doofus. This man
is a
is here to
doofus.
break our hearts, the memories. Dizzle. He has so many Super Bowls. It's hard. I remember watching that. Hey, remember the helmet catch, Dizzle? Remember the helmet catch?
Oh wow.
Yeah. I remember watching that at Gillette on the big screen. Everyone was shocked. We went on to have the greatest play in Super Bowl history with the pick against the Seahawks he's talking about. But hey, remember the helmet catch? That's right. Hawk should have ran it.
Yeah, we should have. Should have.
It's not a guarantee, guys. There's a lot of ifs.
Dude, that guy was freaking Marshawn Lynch was averaging like 6 or 7 yards a rush.
Yeah. And that dude jumps up over
the play call was not bad. The play call was not bad. The execution was horrible. The wide receiver, the other guy was supposed to pick the corner. Butler never should have been able to make that play. Terrible execution by the other wide receiver. I forget which one it was.
I don't even remember. I tried to.
I think it was the old Lockett or whatever.
Yeah, it was Lockett.
Yeah.
He was the one going for the reception.
Then it was the other guy. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip of Romo talking about running plays in his house in front of a 60K dude was bugging? Did you see him talking about Dolly Parton?
Oh yeah, that was laughing.
You did not. He got horned up, AJ.
He did. He
got horned up talking about
he's
Dolly
like,
Parton.
He's like, "Whoa, did you see Parton in that uniform?"
He was like,
I mean, who was it, right?
She looks fake. So fake.
She's been
fake.
Well, she's like 70. Like,
yeah, she had like 5 pairs of spandex or something because like her skin had no wrinkles anywhere.
I think Dizzle was bricked up.
Six rings, Reed. 1 ring for Rodgers. Green Bay is a joke. What an underachievement.
Reed, before you answer this, Reed, just
what's up?
I think it's all right. Water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Just tell him he's never gonna win another one until he's like 50. So
that is true. It's gonna be a while for you. All right.
Oh my! No more like backlash towards Dizzle. You're letting him win.
Romo glazing hard, and Greg is a Niners hater.
True.
Greg, he's not. Is he hate? Do you feel like he hates the Niners?
I don't feel like he hates the Niners, but he doesn't say a lot of positive things about the Niners, like at all. You know. So
he says good things about Kittle. He's a tight end guy.
Yeah, he says good things because they're both in tight end U.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's it. Like, there's nothing else.
Okay. She's 70, but
this is what I see Dizzle as, like that meme. He's like, wood. That's exactly what I see.
That is the worst comment I've ever seen from Dizzle.
He said
that is the worst one. There's been a lot of bad. That is the worst one.
I feel like I've seen Dizzle before because late at night to help me fall asleep, I watch like YouTube videos or something, right? So I watch YouTube videos and a thumbnail comes up, Pokemon Smasher Pass. Now I was like, there's no way it's actually real, right? I feel like it has to be some type of art, whatever. So I click on the video, and this guy immediately just no intro, just goes with the first Pokemon like Bulbasaur. He's smash. Like that serious, and then goes to the next one, pass, and then like he thinks about it. I'm like, dude, this guy has some issues, like for real.
Kevin is going crazy as usual. We got the 3rd pick, either getting Caleb or trading up for a Jaden Daniels season.
What about Mac Jones? You're hyping him up. What's wrong with Mac? Mac attack, mac and cheese.
It's over for you.
Oh God.
Oh no! The guy said no to Jinx. He said no, and I was like, "What?" But he said yes.
What do you mean? What?
What? Okay.
What are you doing to
I
Jinx,
said,
man?
I said what? Because he said yes to Venusaur, and it's gonna be legit because he explained why he would. And I was like, still, like what? You know, like I'm not helping myself here, but
Late at night, AJ pulls up Shea Patterson IG and just cries.
oh hell no, I can't stand that guy. I never liked him. Never liked him. I wanted to like him when he was going pro because he's coming from our or not our hometown, but the valley where we're from. But he just bashed on it. And all lies. No one likes him in the valley. No one does. None of from his whole town.
Yep. We wanted to root for him, but
I just need to sign Johnny Manziel.
New coach, new quarterback. Matt going to San Francisco after they choke another Super Bowl.
Hey, and if he does, okay, I want to leave that last comment down, okay? But if he does, Mac Jones, if he goes to San Francisco, I'll bet you anything, he looks 10 times better in San Francisco than he ever would have out there in New England, even with Bill Belichick. And there's no shot at Bill, but that's just how good our system is for QBs.
I like it. All right. Have y'all seen the meme of Diggs? They keep standing on the field.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one of them. I think I'm not saying there's a multitude of them. I have to go check it out now.
The last one I saw was he was standing there staring at himself missing that pass.
Missing the catch, yeah.
It's like the ghost of Stephon Diggs is still here. It's horrible. Oh my gosh. I like Diggs a lot too.
Just couldn't get it done.
So he's a drama queen. All right, guys, I'm hitting the sack for a big row and upper body before work tomorrow. Hey, go hit that workout, man. I would hope so with Pencil Boy and Billy Buttchin. Who's Pencil Boy? Is that
what?
I think he's talking about San Fran's somebody.
He's talking about Bill and he's talking about Bill Belichick and then Bill's son, the one that chews on the pencils and shit.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I love that.
Oh, they stopped showing him. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's not going to be there anymore, I think.
Oh, it's true. Daddy's not there anymore.
I would imagine he goes with Bill.
Daddy wasn't there.
Being Max OC was good with Mickey Daniels.
Nah.
I think Mac Jones is a backup quarterback, unfortunately.
I think Mac Jones is a bum.
He's a backup.
Hope we see him out there in the draft.
Oh gosh.
NSP jumping Mac Jones.
Yeah, I don't have your back there.
So then I won't have your back with everyone else.
Fine, we'll beat up Mac Jones, okay?
Thank you. Hell yeah. And we're in Detroit,
I can't
dude.
go to jail, dude.
It's Detroit. It happens all the time. They're gonna be like, "Oh, it's just another
Dude,
mugging."
they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's Mac Jones. It's okay."
Pencil Boy equals Matt Patricia 2022
That's
OC,
true.
and Billy Buttchin is Bill O'Brien 2023.
Oh, I thought I had my hat on.
Oh, Bill Butchin. That's funny.
You're so mean. So mean. All right,
Well,
Dizzle,
yeah,
you go to sleep. And I think this is where we're going to probably end off the podcast. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right. Cool. Have been going for an hour. I was getting into some beef with Max supporters on TikTok on Max latest post. Dang.
But Dizzle, you're an Akil Harry supporter.
Jeez. That was so rude.
I'm just being like, who would you rather support? I'm asking you two guys right here. Reed and Vince, Akil Harry or Mac Jones?
I would support Mac Jones. Harry's a bum.
I probably would do Mac Jones, honestly.
Right? Like I this guy is something else, dude.
Go to sleep, Dizzle. Go to sleep. That's looking good. Says good night. Let's go Niners. Hey, let's go.
Bang bang Niner gang.
There'll be some more videos throughout the week. Definitely, there will be bats betting against the spread on Thursday. We will. That is a staple, and it's gonna be the second to last episode because we're not gonna bet against the spread for the Pro Bowl unless we think that would be funny.
If
All
there's actually some stuff on there, maybe, but
We'll see. But it's gonna be the second to last episode of Bats. So make sure you guys tune into that on Thursday. Maybe some potential other videos we have not decided throughout the week, but make sure you stay tuned. And we will be live this Sunday, Championship Sunday, for both games. All right, the first game between the Chiefs and the Ravens. Me and AJ are gonna be rocking that one, and we're gonna take you guys all the way through the game, giving you our commentary, and then for the Niners versus Lions, AJ's going to hop off because he's got to go yell at his TV, and me and Vince are going to hold it down and be a bunch of Niner haters. I'm kidding. I'm going to be hating on the Lions, and I'm going to be rooting for the 49ers. But make sure you guys tune into that, everything NSP. End off on the comments, and then we're going to get out of here. Nikhil never got a fair shake, and the career was hindered by only one play. Mac had his chances. I can't keep supporting this guy. Dak and Hurts having a lot of fun. What are they doing?
They're out there in Mexico.
they're out there.
They're in Mexico right now?
Cancun.
Yeah.
Good for them. I will be at the CDL Boston Sunday for Major 1. RP won't be able to attend the stream.
Wow.
That's
That's
cool.
pretty cool. Have fun over there, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. Until next time, keep on grinding.